Hey ECF, I hope you enjoyed jumping into the book of Psalms this past Sunday. With 3 more weeks to go, I'm so excited to see what God has in store for us as we explore the depth and the richness that we find in the book of Psalms. Hey, this past Sunday, I kind of spent some time sitting with this idea that God does everything for His glory, and He desires that all that we do and the things that we spend our time and the things that we focus on also ultimately point to Him. You know, one of culture's common responses to that or questions is, doesn't that turn God into some sort of egotistical or selfish monster? I mean, don't we just serve a God who's like up there waiting for all of us to make much out of Him? Doesn't He care about us? And so I just want to respond really briefly to that idea. You know, God created us. He's the author of all things. He's the one that designed our bodies and our hearts and our souls and our minds. And therefore, He's the one who knows us best and who knows what's going to satisfy and give us purpose in life. You know, I read a quote from a pastor this week that says this: God's love for us keeps God at the center. God's love for us exalts His value and our satisfaction in it. If God's love made us central and focused on our value, it would distract us from what is most precious, Himself. Love labors and suffers to enthrall us with what is infinitely and eternally satisfying, God. And so it's an appropriate question, but it's also important that we must acknowledge that our God who created us knows what will satisfy us, knows what will sustain us, and what will give us purpose in life. And so when we do things unto His name to bring His name honor and glory, ultimately we are the ones that receive satisfaction and contentment and purpose in that. So while there is this temptation to look at God as some sort of selfish, egotistical monster, ultimately it's through His exaltation and His glorification that we are most satisfied in life. And so I pray that you would continue to wrestle with this, that you would let Scripture speak to us, that you would let these things sink in, and that we would always be testing everything. The truth of God's Scripture never fails. It always stands up against any human argument. So let's sit in that this week. Hey, have a great week. I look forward to continue exploring the book of Psalms as we dive into Psalms 91 this coming Sunday. For more information about upcoming events and details, scroll down on the newswire. You'll find everything you need there. Have a great week, ECF. God bless.